All right, so I want to talk about the TikTok ban, but I want to talk about this type of social media that has emerged. The TikTok style social media. So, you know how, like, there's TikTok, there's Instagram Reels, there's, you know, Snapchat adapted the same type thing, the For You page type thing, YouTube Shorts. There's an app called Likey. There's a bunch of other apps that are just unnamed, but they're very similar. This type of social media thing has emerged from the TikTok craze, but before TikTok was TikTok, it was Musically. Now, Musically, and then there was this other one. What the fuck was it called? Dub Smash, I think, or something like that. And over time, these ideas kind of blended together and it became TikTok because somebody bought Musically and turned it into TikTok. But it was more like Musically was adapted to just like lip sing songs. Um, and then Dub Smash was like to lip sync like uh movie scenes or different things or like whatever. Um, and then it's like everything just went to TikTok. And a lot of these other apps kind of started to die down. Vine was another really popular one. These type of apps eventually is what inspired and created TikTok. Now, see, I want to talk about the TikTok ban eventually, but it's just I want to try to get all this out because there was this app called Likey, okay? It used to be for children, but do not let your children download that shit, okay? Because in 2020, Likey was like, I mean, even 2018, whatever, Likey was like children because like it was for children or it wasn't necessarily. See, it's this is the weird thing. None of these things are for children or for adults or for this. We kind of make these apps what it is based off of what demographic starts using the app. So like if more kids were using the app likey back then, but now I say don't let your kids use it because it basically became like a fucking like a porn site or like a 18 plus like not porn. There's nobody actually naked, but like it's worse than TikTok was in like 2020. Like I don't know, but that's what I mean. There's all these different misconceptions and misunderstandings because this thing is moving so fast that people are just they're missing a lot. Like I don't know how to explain it, but the shit is going so fast with the evolution of apps and the evolution of this and that, and then there's this whole thing we they want to ban TikTok because they want to own TikTok, but bro, this whole bullshit with the whole TikTok ban and all this other shit, I'm telling you, it's so crazy how fast this shit moves because in 10 years, one of these apps could be gone. Like, people could stop wanting to use it and they could use another one. Like what happened to Vine. Like what happened to, and not that Vine doesn't still exist, because it does, but there's like people just use TikTok. People just post on Reels. People just post on whatever. But Reels has more bullshit than TikTok on it. Like, and what I mean by bullshit is things I don't want to see. Things I'm like, the fuck are you showing me this shit for? Like, but that's why I don't scroll through, like, Instagram. If I scroll through Instagram, I scroll through my feed that shows me all the people I'm following. Now, on TikTok, you have a choice. You can scroll through the thing of everyone you're following, or you can scroll through your For You page. But the For You page on TikTok seems more like if I watch spiritual, psychedelic, uh, if I start watching cavers, like people that crawl into caves in these tight spaces and they're like, then I'll see more people crawling into caves. If I start watching, like, I don't know, I'll just start watching like camping things or uh, philosophy things or like, I don't know, sometimes I'll see sad things, but if you watch too many sad things, you'll start seeing sad shit. If you watch too much, like, I can see the algorithm on TikTok, like, it works better for if I'm gonna scroll type shit. Um, with Instagram, I tend to just post and not really be on it. Like, I don't know. And I guess that's just because I prefer TikTok if I'm gonna use one of these type of apps. I don't really scroll through shorts. I have a little bit recently, because I like the idea of shorts, because YouTube is already this big thing. So like I do like the idea of like shorts being like you have because that's what short form content kind of is. Like if you're someone that makes long form content, short form content is just advertising for your long form content. Like if people like your short form content, they might like your long form content and like vice versa. But I don't know. It's like this thing evolved so fast because like it just seems like so like I made a TikTok video about this a while ago that like the invention of this fast social media, things like TikTok, things like shorts, things like reels, things that they're kind of they're not you can have long videos on TikTok, right? Like you can have videos up to 10 minutes on TikTok. But still, it's still set up in this way where you watch this thing and you watch like 3 minutes of it or 4 minutes of it and then you scroll down. Then you watch another thing, then you scroll down. And like and even if you watch the whole 10-minute video of this thing that you see, it's usually just a clip of a thing that's like an hour or longer. Like, it's usually a small little snippet of this thing. So, like a video meme in a sense. But I feel the reason why this is happening is because, so think about this. In 1980, right? How many movies were made? Like in human history. Like I guarantee you could count it. Like I guarantee in 1980 you could count how much movies and things you're able to watch. Like how many shows are there? And the farther back you go, 1970, 1960, 1950, the farther you go, the smaller the amount of content you have to watch. Um the farther you go in history, the more content that you'll have to watch and the more less likely you'll be able to watch everything. So like in the 19 when the TV was first invented, like I don't know, 10, 15 years after the TV was first invented. Like how many I guarantee someone could have watched all the movies that ever were made, right? Like but now that's impossible. You would never be able to watch everything that has ever been made because now content is being made at such a giant scale that everyone can create content, including just a normal fucking person, like just anyone. There's movies being made on Netflix and there's things being made on Hulu and things that are on Netflix that are not on Hulu and then there's Crunchyroll for anime and then there's like all these different things that you can you can see that eventually there's like, well, there's Netflix originals that are only on Netflix. Now, back in the day, it was just Hollywood making this shit. Now that shit has been expanded to now there's many different things that are creating content, creating movies, creating ideas, creating videos. And now because of this, it's like the short form content is like it emerged out of this thing that's happening. The fact that if like I've seen clips on TikTok of like movies or something. Like if you start watching like little movie clips, it'll you'll start seeing little clips from different series and different shows, and like you can figure out what's some of the most interesting shows that are right now. What are the shows that everyone's talking about? What's the ones that that were shitty? Like I've been able to use TikTok in that way, where it's like I found I used to watch this one show. It was a Netflix show, and I would watch it just like back when I would trip often. This is probably like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. But I would trip, and then at the end of my trip, I would just watch this show because this show was trippy as shit. Um, it was called Outlander. But it was trippy. It was set in a weird time. There was some time travel. There was this whole fucking thing, but it was a dope ass show to me, right? Especially because I would always watch it like at the end of my trips, and then yeah, but I don't know. I figured that out through TikTok. I just seen it. I was like, oh, that seems interesting, and I was like, well, I barely watch TV, but like I'm like, well, that's interesting, so whatever. And then I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to say is the short form content is a little snippet version of the world, of the real, like it's like a snippet version of social media, right? Like a little snippet version of like the internet, of what's out there at content wise, because as more content gets made, as more videos get made, like what else is going to happen? We're just going to make more content and more content. And the crazy thing is, the movies that were made in 1960, we can watch them right now. But the movies that were made in 2023, we can watch them right now. Right? Like that's the crazy thing. The videos that were made, when YouTube was first created, you could watch them. They're still up there. Like the videos that were just made on YouTube today, you could watch them. But I like the short form content thing because it allows us to see which content would be worth even checking out. Right? Like I don't know. It's just this weird thing where, like I said, if you like the short form content that someone makes, it might get you interested in watching the long form content that someone makes. So, yeah. But to get to the TikTok ban before I end this video, um, I feel like they're trying to ban TikTok because they want to control it. They say it's because of China and all this other like bull. But I mean, maybe it is, but like I don't really know much about politics. So like I understand China has this fucked up government, but bro, our government is fucked up. Like let's be real for a second. Like every government is fucked up. The people are way better than the people that are in government. Like the citizens of every single country in the world are much better people than the fucking people that run the countries. Like, but but what does that have to do with this? Like, they're like, oh, but China can get your information, bro. They're not. Are we forgetting that there are hackers in the world? There are people that could get your information if they want. Like, we gave that shit up when we decided as a human species to start doing this shit and uploading videos and making social media accounts and doing all these different things. Like, there is a little bit of privacy we give up by connecting this deeply in the internet. But that's fine though. Like, I feel like we all accepted that. But then once you try to put the fear, like, China's gonna steal your information, they can. This is the crazy thing that blew my mind. They're like, they can show you videos that, make you think a certain way and they can whatever. And it's like, bro, you sound like the cheater that keeps accusing the other person of cheating. Like, you must be cheating. Why are you looking at your phone that way? Yada, yada, yada. It's because that person's cheating, so that's why they're thinking that. It makes them look like, well, that's what our government thinks other people do because that's what they do. A liar thinks people are liars because they're a liar. Like, that's just what it is. So, I just, and even if there is some validity to this whole thing about the information in China and whatever, the fear that it makes us look, it just doesn't look good to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like our country should have just stood on business and should have accepted it, but then have a plan prepared just in case something goes wrong, but don't intervene because you're fucking with human evolution. And I know it sounds crazy, but social media is part of human evolution. And as you're fucking with the way that we want to use the tools, the way that we want to connect, because people don't use TikTok have no idea about the Kellogg's boycott. They have no idea about some of the shit that we've been able to do together on TikTok. Like, I don't know why TikTok works this way. It works better than any other app in this way to get people to work together, to come together. Bro, I seen this. There was this TikTok video that got like, that blew up. And it was this old woman. I think she has like Parkinson's disease or something. But she used to be a writer, and write stories. But so she's worked on this. This was basically her last story that she could write because of her condition. She's in this sense where she probably couldn't write another story, or if she could, it'd probably be some of her last stories. Like, she's on the whatever. So she was selling her book out front of this store place, and then the person kicked her out of the place, was being such a dick. And like, but that video blew up, and because that video blew up, almost everyone, like, bro, I've seen hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people bought her book. Like, it was incredible to see that. Like, to see the power that a little app has. There's this other dude named I think his name's Uncle John or whatever. Like, there's a bunch of people, like, they're older dudes. Like, I mean, there's dudes in their fucking 90s. There was the one dude was 101 or 102, and he's been able to, like, do this thing on TikTok, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's a lot more than what people think. People think it's some dancing shit. People think it's some whatever. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you're interested in. If you're someone that loves dancing, then yeah, you'll probably see more dancing videos because that's what you'll watch, right? But like, I don't ever see dancing videos. Like, and if I do, it's some dope fucking crazy shit, right? But like, I don't know. It's just, I understand it, but I think these tools require self control and self understanding. Because if not, you're gonna blame the tool for what you're seeing on the thing, but it's like, bro, stop watching that shit and you wouldn't see it. They're like, oh, all I see is politics shit. Well, stop watching politics shit. I don't ever see politics shit. Like, but what I do like about TikTok as well is that when something big goes on in the world, you see it. Now, there's people that like misunderstand, I guess, this part of it because they're like, you know, when the war happened, there was people and it was like, yeah, when the war first happened in Russia with Ukraine and the war with Palestine and the whole thing in Israel, like when these wars first happened, if I scrolled through Instagram or YouTube Shorts, I didn't see a damn thing about it. But if I scrolled through TikTok, I seen real human beings. Real sad shit, bro. Like, I don't know, like real just kids had the whole thing blown up behind them. Just they have cell phones, right? They can upload, they can make videos, they can do whatever. But if they uploaded it to Instagram, they would they wouldn't even get known. It wouldn't even be known. You wouldn't see it unless you're searching for it or unless you're somewhere around in that area, probably. I don't know why it's set up like this, but it's almost like they're trying to censor information. And that's what I don't want. This is why I'm like, yeah, the Chinese government might be fucked up. I don't know anything really about them, but like what I do know is they are talking shit about China being able to control TikTok because the TikTok that's in China is censored basically. Like they only have they see certain types of videos that we wouldn't see. Like and they when we see things that they would never see because it's censored in a certain way. And then they're trying to use that as an excuse to saying, see, China can control what you see on TikTok, but it's like, bro, they're not doing that here. You can prove that they're not doing that for us. When something bad happens in the world, we see what's happening worldwide. This is what I liked about TikTok, that it's worldwide, not America wide. Most social media sites that are made in America are America wide. Besides Instagram, which has a lot of people from India, because I'm pretty sure TikTok is banned in India. But I don't know, bro. It's just like I feel like you government should mind their fucking business when it comes to human beings deciding what tools we want to use moving forward. Like, imagine, like, this is like holding back making. No, let's not make TVs because they're being made in China. Let's not make. And it's like, bro, and I heard that some things are now being made in India. Like, everything used to say made in China. Now some things are made in India. And regardless, it's made somewhere in Asia. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't think it's. I don't think they're being honest. That's my problem. If they were just fucking be real and let us know, why are you really trying to ban TikTok? Why are you really trying to do this? What's the truth? Not the bullshit, dumb, stupid answer that's like, oh, national security. Oh, they can manipulate what you see and advertise things like, no, they're probably mad about Timu too. Like, it's just, it threatens their thing. TikTok has TikTok Shop now where you could buy things off of it where it's like Amazon. So, like, it threatens America's digital control on our mind. Like, and it shouldn't be just because we live in America that we are forced to be American owned, use American owned apps and forced to always be controlled by the American government and this and that because that seems more like a communist country than the other place, bro. Because at least the other place understands that we are a democracy, so they give us the choice to not have a censored TikTok. But I don't know. I don't know what the solution is because, like, if they ban TikTok, I just might have one of my friends from overseas just start clipping my videos and uploading them to TikTok for me. But like, um, Yeah, I don't know. I just think I would lose hope in the American government if they banned TikTok. Like, for real. Like, and I think a lot of young people would too. And it's like the people in charge don't have a fucking clue who we are as the American people. They really don't. They they don't understand the youth at all. Like, at all. It's that old person syndrome when it's like my grandfather wouldn't even let my grandmother get the internet, right? Like, she had a computer, but she couldn't get the internet because it was this new scary thing. And like the fears of the old people always have these fears of new tools, new things, and then they try to control and censor and this and that, and they blame it on, oh, we're trying to protect the children. Well, you don't understand the fucking children. How the fuck you're trying to make the children of today be like 1950s little fucking idiots? And I'm sorry, I'm getting hyped, but like this is the age of information. And the shitty thing about that is all information is available to almost everyone that has access to the internet. And most parents give children their access to the internet at a young age, which is fine because I did too. But I guided my child and taught her what is with the internet and shit. And I know a lot of people don't. And it's not their fault because it's so new. I'm just happen to be so into learning the new things, keeping up with the world, seeing where the world's going, seeing where the world was, seeing all these other spiritual shit and science shit and like but humans interest me. Like, I'm a human. And it interests me to see humans expand, evolve, create tools, and choose which tools they want to use and why they want to use them. And people use TikTok because people that have TikTok also have Instagram. The reason is because they might be similar, like Instagram Reels might be similar, but it's not the same. And it's like, I'm questioning, like, what is the US government really trying to do? Are they trying to steal the algorithm codes? Because I know algorithm is technically like a code, like a computer code in a sense, that is made. But like, if I know people can create an algorithm that's like someone else won't have that ability to use that algorithm. So like because they're all different in a sense, and like if if the US government owned TikTok, they'd be able to actually copy that algorithm and like do like and apply that algorithm to everything that they have. Um but like I just think fucking with the tools is just fucking up the tools, which is just gonna make people come up with new tools that they're gonna use that then are gonna make these tools useless. Like anything can change fast, bro. Like Instagram Reels could go away tomorrow. Like TikTok could go away tomorrow. But like another app will appear. Like just because TikTok goes away doesn't mean people are going to want to use Instagram Reels because it's a different thing. And there might be a new app that's created that's more similar to TikTok. Um but like this whole thing is so complex that I don't think we should be fucking with banning this and doing this and whatever. America should have been a man about it and came up with some type of treaty or thing to have China agree with certain things and like whatever because they already moved all of the US information into US, for TikTok. They already kind of started trying to like work with America, right? But like it seems like America are horrible business people because it's like this whole thing's like a giant business, right? America's like a corporation, China's like a corporation, and the corporation owns this business called TikTok, but they really don't own they own a piece of it, but like I don't know, bro. This shit is so complex that if there would just be someone in government to actually explain it, the real reason and the real shit, I feel like they would have the trust of the people. Maybe the people on TikTok would agree with you. We don't know because we damn sure know we are not getting the truth. So, yeah.